I want to start this video just with some context on the lanes. So right now, press play. It's basically a tri-lane versus tri-lane here. We see the charge coming out onto the Centaur, and the Lich will join up here pretty shortly. It's a very strong lane from Liquid, just a lot of easy, simple kill threat. So that's kind of the story of top lane. Liquid have the edge, they don't stomp it. You see the TP up from Lich now. Mid lane, it's a 1 versus 1, and it's also a slight advantage to Liquid. And bottom lane, also 1v1. I'm just showing you an expired ward vision there. Thank you, replay bug. But yeah, again, Liquid has a slight advantage here. So the important thing to say about these two lanes, mid and bot, is that they're kind of dead. There's very little kill threat, very little hero commitment. It's just both teams delaying the game by killing creep waves. So, unkillable Tidehunter, unkillable Tinker. The only real action is kind of coming top, and that'll be a theme of the game moving forward. Alright, so I want to show you guys just an accelerated clip here from Kuro's perspective. Now, I was playing the Spirit Breaker. Kind of all the threat is up to him. We talked about the dead lane heroes. This is the complementary hero that goes with that. So the one that can be anywhere at any time and just fuck up your day. So charge mid, provided vision, charge mid, provides kill. This time it's the Grimstroke trying to block the camp or whatever. Nah, not allowed to do that. Straight onto the Centaur, fighting for the rune, which is another theme, like these low ground areas. Then we're just all out of mana. So in these kind of drafts, there's a hero like SB sometimes, so the team will play through as the aggressive threat. SB does that as a bit of a one-man show exceptionally well. And in this game, it's kind of combined. They pick these two together, the Wisp and the Gyro. So it's kind of a global threat, which is really, really nice. Now, there's a lot of replay bugs in this replay. I've done all I can. They keep popping up. It's like whack-a-mole. Just gonna have to deal with it. So what I want to show you here is what Kuro does with this threat in the early game. So he's got two heroes on top of him. That's fine. He's such a beast that he just fights into it. But the important thing to look at here, the important thing to see, is where he's putting his hero. So it's in this top side of the map and in this really aggressive side. From here he can go mid, he can go top. And that's what he tries to do. It doesn't work out, but that's like the really nice play. So we're going to fast forward at this stage. Now he gets wards off Courier. He gets 2 wards. And this Courier we had some items for Shadow as well, so like double Wraithband, had the full wand. Courier does get seen going into this area. And that's why Pink, is actually him. He just pinged out the stack. But Radiant should know he's here. What I'm trying to show you with this movement is where he's emphasizing his next threat. He's put a ward here to continue this threat in the relevant area, which for this aggressive dire strat, they want to be like making sure that what should be a safe spot is not safe. This is where dire want to be if they're super aggressive. Now, because of the ward here, TNC kind of read this, or at least they see this, but the stack's already gone, some damage has already been done. And you can see just how aggressive Liquid want to be in this area. So they charged onto Ninja Boogie here. Matumba Man's got a little arcane rune, so he's keen to just commit for the kill. And all is well. TP's back, no efficiency lost. Okay, what we're looking at here is TNC. So TNC at this stage have been just an extension of the laning stage. Hero top, support mid, defending, whatever. They got a jungling Tinker. Now Tinker, this is important. He's just finished his travels, 10 minutes. And just show you Gabby here. This is a big moment for Wings. Now Gabby is a bit late on the TP. He could have It could have been earlier, they might have got a kill, but that's kind of irrelevant. What is relevant is Gabby's made the rotation, and he was going to do this anyway, so it was a great opportunity that they just kind of lost by being a little bit slow, a bit harsh. But we're looking at the Tinker, and what this Tinker, now that he's online, the effect that he's having on TNC's game, and what it means for their attempts to control the map. So this is quite obvious for all, like most Tinker players, you know, now you take this lane. But it signals a shift in TNC's gameplay, right? Where they see the smoke up right now. This is no coincidence. They now don't want to be so defensive. They now want to be a Radiant aggressive. So where do they go? They go top. Yeah, for whatever reason this doesn't work out. Gabby's a little bit hesitant. And Liquid take that engagement. But TNC are allowed to do this. They're allowed to play aggressive by the presence of the online dead lane hero, right? This is the timing that they were playing for. So now it's one hero bot, one hero on the fat side, one hero for each team in the fat side, and all the rest of the heroes at top. And Ninja Boogie, I'll just show you that again. Ninja Boogie tried to like make a play here. It's kind of irrelevant, but also just indicative. This kind of stuff should happen when there's 8 heroes on one half of the map. They'll run into each other. So we're looking at now, just after that first incursion, okay, we've still got the Chronosphere. We've got one hero for Liquid defending this tower, and it is the Pos 5. He's vulnerable, he doesn't mind dying here. And the wards were placed for TNC nice and deep. This is what they wanted. So great play from TNC here. A little bit delayed, but they're getting what they wanted. And an Invis rune from Matumba. So we're just going to fast forward a little bit because I wanted to show you the fights that develop. And this is just typical of what happens with aggressive Dire now and aggressive Radiant. They're clashing, and they're clashing here. It's always going to be here with these two. So beautiful relocating right on top. They get the Tinker. They get another kill. It's quite good setup from Liquid. They were kind of ready for it. So it's a bit of a combination of things from Liquid there. They had initially just the Pos 5, the expendable hero defending lane alone, where they know that TNC wanted to throw heroes. And then when they were ready, they brought 4 in the whole squad with the relocate. So a big question to ask in this game is, what about the bot lane? Is it truly dead? Is it truly dead the entire game? And the answer more or less is yes, but it does get a little bit of attention. And the key there is it gets attention in the phases of the game where there's downtime, where things are on cooldown and nothing else is happening. So what we're looking at right now is one of those phases. Just had to fight top. TNC respawned, and where do they go? Straight back to the top lane. Ravage is on cooldown for another 65 seconds at this stage, so Liquid do not want to fight. That means free tower for TNC, they'll take that trade. Because TNC are taking that trade top, space for Liquid, so where do they go? The free area of the map. This is when the bot lane gets attention, in these phases of downtime. So the last thing we're going to look at in this game is kind of the next alive phase, the next period of uptime. So just before we get into that, the final moments of the downtime. And I want to emphasize just how efficient Liquid are during this phase. So right now Tide is taken over duties in dead lane. He's the one that TNC don't want to go on. There's also Chrono down right now. Kuro is just... Alright, this lane is pushed in because Kuro pushed it in, so he was farming bottom. They've got the Darkseer farming here, and they've got the Io Gyro farming around here. So they're effectively farming on 5 heroes Liquid. And this is really, really, really nice. This is unbelievably efficient. So not only do they, play the aggression well, they play the farming game well in the downtime. So Tide's quite a way out here, and Ravage is coming off cooldown. Now we're about to get into this alive phase, and it is no coincidence. It is exactly when Ravage comes off cooldown. So TNC just kind of test the waters here with Matumba Man, and Liquid go full throttle. Alright, TP up from Mind Control, charge from Kuro, some ridiculous bashes here from Gabby. Now Ravage gets forced here, and the IO Gyro come back in, but this is just, look at the damage there, it's just insane, this combo, these three heroes, Grim, Lich, Tinker. So, kind of regardless of how the fight actually goes, the thing I want you to look at there is, or the thing I want you to see there is why the fight happened in the first place. Now that was kind of round one of this dynamic thing. This fight isn't actually over. It's kind of skirmish 1, skirmish 2 is happening now. So Gabby's quite deep. What it was in the first skirmish is Liquid really over-committing with the Ravage, with the relocate. And what that is TNC really over-committing with the Void. Now that's not actually, I would not like hate on that as a coach. I actually love to see that, because what they're trying to do is win the game, and they're trying to do it in a proactive and aggressive manner. They're not waiting for an opponent mistake, they're trying to force the opponent mistake. So it's kind of brilliant to see when you look at it like that. And that's why all these fights are happening in these areas. It is both team understanding their game plan and trying to execute it, and trying to be the proactive one that dominates the other team. And that's really what it comes down to in the highest tiers. You can't sit back, you can't wait for your opponent to make a mistake. You kind of have to force that mistake and then punish it. And then you see teams like VP that are so good that they make you second guess everything that you think you know about what's happening. Alright, yeah, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers for watching. Well, actually, we're just going to let it play out for another moment. Guess where the next fight is? Chronosphere is here. I'm just going to watch this play out, because it's quite telling, right? Exact same area. This time it is TNC overcommitting. And such is the way. This game, Liquid take, and it's you know 20 of these small things that Liquid just do a little better with experience, with coordination, a little bit of skill. Alright, yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching.